Surviving Monday. Surviving Monday. Here's your host, Danny Joseph.
Yo, welcome back to Surviving Mondays, guys. Woo! I'm excited. That guy, he still didn't make it a Monday, so he's just not having a good week, but man, I'm excited, man. Mom, relax. Jesus. I don't know who gave her a ticket for this new one, man. She wasn't invited back. I don't know who let her in. Laz, you let her in? Oh, man. But man, guys, it feels good to be back. Surviving Mondays, you guys made it. We have a really great show ahead of us, and we got a special guest star. All right, we got somebody in the studio with us, and she goes by Jackie. Jackie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jackie. Mostly everybody knows me by Jax. Is my personality name.
Okay, Jax. Okay.
Known by Jacqueline, by family. Giving you all my personalities right now.
Word. All right. So Jack's in the building. All right, we got a great show, and she's our guest star. So she's gonna kind of give us her input on a lot of the topics we're gonna cover today. So I'm very excited for that. And first, though, I mean, who are you? Like, kind of describe yourself. Who's Jax?
Jax. Well, Jax is one and the only one. I like to put myself as an artist. I consider myself an artist. I guess I should start by introducing myself. So okay. I've always been really a writer. I consider myself. Actually, today I was going through a box of mine. I have a big box that I put everything that I write in. Okay. And I've been writing since I was like in Peru. I'm from Peru, by the way, everybody.
Okay, Peru.
All right, rep in my country.
Yes. All right, Peru.
Peru, yes, on my channel.
One time for the one time.
And yeah, I used to always write until people started relating to it, and that's when I found that I actually wanted to share my stuff. So okay. I turned to poetry, and then I started painting, and it's been going great so far.
Okay, I could say that I've been a witness and an audience for your poetry and your paintings, and I gotta say your poetry is definitely deep, but it's real. You kind of mix a lot of emotions within your poetry in a sense that it definitely gives you a good insight into who you are as a person. I think the first time I saw you was over in Juicelation. Yeah. It was hosted by the Love Frequency, and it was dope. It was different because you kind of came at it, and I'm not a person who typically listens to a lot of poetry just because I'm just not around it so much. But I heard it, and I was like, all right, you gotta come correct. If you talking to Jack, you feel me? Like if you talking to Jax, you gotta come correct because she really brought that energy, but not in like such a lively way and just such a real way. So definitely, like when it comes to your poetry, would you say that you have to be in a certain mindset when you're writing it?
Yes. So my poetry is very, I try to be really genuine, at least. All of my poetry, most of it comes from some real life experiences and what I'm feeling at the moment. Okay. I use it more, it's always been something that I go to let go of everything that I'm thinking of, what's going on, or like stress, whatever's going on. I've always run to writing.
Okay, so kind of like to vent in a sense too.
Yeah, so it's very personal. You can learn a lot about me if you take the time to actually read through my journals or just go through whatever I write day to day. Because I'll be working, when I used to work at the Glenview or whatever, when I used to get ideas, I used to just rip a receipt and used to write all my ideas. So I have a bunch of poems or writings on like journals, receipts on like little tiny receipts and like whatever you find. But yeah, shout out to the Hippie Circle and Juicelation. That was my first stand-up poetry. I finally had the courage to do it, and I was shaking the first time. I think that was when you were there. I was shaking.
No pressure, right? The camera right in your face. And
it was my first time like sharing my poetry in front of people because I've always like had people read it, like, oh, you can read it, and they read it how they interpret it by on their own little life, not little lives.
But no, like they definitely see it a certain way.
But they see it in their own way, yeah. So when you hear me read it, it's like I'm actually reading it how I would be writing it at the time, and it makes it a lot more personal. But yeah.
Are you not?
I try to be as generous as I can with it.
Are you not nervous sharing these poems, and especially since it's coming from such a real place?
Yes. At first, I was really, really, really nervous of sharing my poetry. It's scary. It's just super scary just going up to the front of people and reading your deepest and most internal thoughts with everybody. Exactly. It's really scary. But you get over it. The feedback that I got was really reassuring, and
Yeah.
it built my confidence to be able to share. Because a lot of people were coming to me saying that they related to it, and thank you for putting their emotions into words, which is an amazing feeling. It was great.
Definitely.
So that's kind of what pushed me to be able to put more of my art out,
Yeah.
so more
So
people can relate to it. And
so for all the poets who are listening now, what would be your advice if they have stage fright and
just
they
do
go out to
it.
like New Wave
Just
Sundays?
do it. Just do it. Just do it. Like,
Since you've been in that predicament where it was your first time, your nervousness, like
I wasn't gonna go up. I wasn't gonna go up.
No?
What I had done was before the show, there was like you have to sign up and whatever.
yeah, yeah,
So I had put okay. I told Camila that I was part of the Hippie Circle.
yeah.
That I wanted to go up, and I signed myself up.
Okay.
At the time when we were present, like at the jubilation, people were just going up, like volunteering themselves. So I wasn't hearing anybody being called out really.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
at least at first, I'm not sure. I was too nervous to remember. Honestly.
You just kind
I
of
was
blacked
way
out.
too nervous. Yeah.
At this point, you're just like, oh my god.
And I was the last person. Yeah, and all my friends had came because it was supposed to be my first night going up.
Okay, okay.
And I was not gonna go.
Okay.
I was not gonna go voluntarily. I was like shaking, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like I was cracked out or something because
Yeah.
I was just, like super anxious. I was super anxious.
Y'all got
I can't
suppose?
do it. Yeah. But yeah, so then they finally called my name at the end, and once they called my name, I was like, I don't have no choice
Yeah,
but
they
to go.
pulled
At
me
this
out,
point,
like,
yeah, I have
okay,
to go. So I
okay.
went, and my best advice, if I was super nervous, have people with you when you're first going up. Like, you
Okay.
don't go to an event. I mean, at least me, what worked best for me was go with people that actually wanted to support me and hear me be up front and see me be up front
Yeah.
and recite it.
Have that
And
support circle.
yeah,
and that
they'll
thing.
push you towards that, and just do it. Like, just
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
I don't have it. Like, just do it. There's no other excuse why not to do it. Like, what are you gonna lose? People are gonna laugh, and at least you gotta laugh.
Yeah,
At least
that's
everybody
true.
laughed.
That's true. I mean, if anything,
If it was that bad,
Nike, we are endorsing you right now, so just do it. It would be nice to get some endorsements from that quote right there. So just do it, is what she's saying. But I mean, on top of that, now you're a painter. Okay,
Yes.
so let's dive a little bit more into the painting side of you. Okay, so a fan of your work. I
Thank
noticed
you.
that
Thank you
you
very,
like
very
to
much.
involve yourself in red colors.
Yes.
You wanna kind of go into deeper meaning? Is red an important color to you, or is it just a favorite color you notice?
No, my favorite colors actually is navy blue and olive green. Those are like my favorite go-to colors.
Okay.
But when I think of art, when I think of what is art to me, at least, I think of emotion, like passion, at
Yeah.
least, or me doing something that's gonna make you feel something, regardless if it's sadness, whether it's like mourning, whether it's happiness, whether it's love. It's making you feel something, and I feel like red is one of the colors that everyone can relate to. Everyone
Yeah.
can like feel it, I mean, at least for myself. I'm kind of speaking in general right now, but for myself, red is like a color of passion, a color of sensuality, of
Just
lust,
emotion.
just deep, just
Yeah.
a deep color.
And it
Just-
kind of ties back to what you were saying too. People interpret things differently.
yeah.
So
they do.
just kind of putting a blank color there, and kind of letting them run with it. Red will probably be one of those best colors to do
Yeah.
that. Where people are just like, no, I see anger from red. I see love.
Yeah.
So I think I get that in a sense. Red is definitely an open color for interpretation.
I'll get
Now,
into it. Yeah.
so how long you been painting though for?
It's actually already been a year.
It's been a
It's
year.
been a year.
Okay.
Yep, I did it. My first painting, I just wanted to have something in my room because I didn't have anything but really old pictures, and I decided I was like, well, I'm just gonna paint, like whatever. I've always tried to like draw when I was little. I've always been like the doodler. Wow,
You never
Jack,
paid
you
it.
can't say doodle.
Never paid attention in class. You were just doodling.
Yeah,
basically.
basically.
Okay.
Until one day I started to paint, and I just bought myself a little tiny, like the acrylic little tiny things, and I just started painting, and it came out good. And I was like, oh, I really like this, and it was another way to express myself. So I kind of ran to it, and now I've worked on having I'm still trying to figure it out how to portray my emotions on a painting as much as or as good as I can on my poetry, at least as good as I want to do.
Okay.
So I'm working on that.
Do you have people that you normally look up to? Like, is there any painters that you like to look at that kind of inspires you, or do you kind of just go off rip and do your own thing? Or?
I can't say that I go off or that I've studied many people either. I can't really say that I even I look up to a lot of artists, whether they're local. I have even people that I've met through my journey of becoming an artist.
Okay.
Artists that have, passed away. I have, but I try to be as genuine and as unique as possible.
Okay.
So
okay.
most of my art comes from just inspiration that I see day to day. Images, whether it be images, events,
feelings.
yeah,
and
whatever
like
it is, I try to make it as genuine as possible. Or
Okay.
things that I like to see. I paint art that I want to hang on my walls, and I write poetry that I want to hear, that I enjoy
Gotcha.
hearing. So
Yeah.
most
You
of
do
my
it kind of
favorite
for
things-
yourself in a sense
yeah,
that you would
and
vibe to.
the fact that people like it is just a cherry on top at that point.
Gotcha. It's kind of like you guys are on the same wavelength.
Yeah,
You know, you
yeah.
guys-
So if can I curse?
Fuck that. No. Yeah. No. Go ahead. I mean, it's an open show.
You know, if you fuck with my art and you fuck with me, it's just like it's very like a good bond. Like I appreciate you and I love you. And you're a good person. But if you don't, it's still good. Like it's still cool. You know. But if
She
you
don't
do,
mean
though,
that. She really don't mean that. She said, if you don't fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck you up. All right. Catch me outside. How about
if your
that?
tires are popped, I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
All love. It's all love.
But that's real. That's real. So I mean, that's getting to know you at least on a personal level, who you are as a painter, as a poet. Now, it's 2018, and let's state the obvious. You're a woman, right?
Yes, I am.
Women's Day was about, I think it was like 2 days ago. I want to say it was about 2 days ago.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that? Did you just walk the streets like, give me some attention? This is my day.
No.
No?
No.
How
I
was
don't
Women's Day for you?
I don't know. For me, holidays are very like. I have a very unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I feel like if it's Women's Day, a woman should be like praised every day. If it's Valentine's Day, you should be loved like that every day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're with somebody, you should, even if it's like appreciating wise, friends wise, like if you appreciate someone, you should show that to them every day. Because what happens if they're not there for Valentine's Day? Then what?
True. That's deep.
So that's just the way. I don't know what I've learned from my own lessons, but Women's Day, yeah, it didn't really do
It was
anything
just like another
important.
day?
Yeah, not
Okay.
really.
I'm not gonna lie to
It's
you.
not a bad thing either.
Like when I woke up on Women's Day, Women's Appreciation Day, I guess you could say. Man, I felt bright, man. I felt like that glow. I went to work and I just looked at every girl at work, like, you know what? I'm not even gonna.
It's your day today.
Yeah, like it's your day. I'm not even gonna sexualize you. I'm just gonna. Hey, you look beautiful. Come on, we're guys. Okay, we're guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna state the obvious. Okay, guys. You look at
Today
a
I'm gonna
female.
do the favor, and I'm gonna look at you.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, our engineer lads right now is giving me the worst gestures right now. But
Nothing
no,
to say.
I looked at it like, I came into work and I looked at these females and I was just like, look, I'm going to appreciate you for who you are today. All right, you get one day where I don't treat you like an object, and this is your day, so live it up. No, I'm just kidding. But it was definitely, it felt empowering. It did. It definitely felt empowering. And I messaged some of my friends, some of my female friends, and I was just like, you know what? You're looking extra great today, because they were posting on their IG stories saying, Women's Appreciation Day. I just felt the love. I just felt like, like, let me just spread some good energy. But you do have a point. I mean, we shouldn't wait for a day to do that. It should be like on a daily basis. So that definitely is real. So I mean, it's 2018. Do you feel like women are in a good place right now? Do you feel like there's things that need to be changed? Like, how do you feel as a woman in 2018?
I think we're working towards a good space right now. I think if one word being a woman in 2018 right now would be liberating. We're transitioning to a point where we're kind of, before we were told to, like, we were looked up how, like, makeup or, like, Barbies or whatever, we used to be, like, really molded into the person that we should be looking like, or should be acting like. And right now, at least for myself, I'm looking into the transition where, like, we're stopping living for everybody else, and we're kind of just doing our own thing. So the most thing that I think women are working towards this year is just being their authentic self. Like,
and
self-love, self-love
comfortable.
is being a topic that's being talked about constantly now, and mostly for women, and we're put in the position where we're kind of like supporting each other a little bit more. At least I hope everybody is. But yeah, we're going through a stage where we're really liberating and trying to be our authentic self, and
Now, kind of building on that topic. You yourself, I mean, you just recently cut your hair. You went short hair. Now you're short hair Jax.
I
like,
did.
I remember when you
I
posted that
chopped
photo.
it
I was like, hold up. Am I following the right account? Who
know.
is this right now? No, now how do you feel about that? Because for a while, I mean, up until like recently, like the last decade, I mean, women cutting their hair short was like a statement. So like, how do you feel right now being one of those, being one of the women in society right now with shorter hair? Do you feel, was there a reason behind it? Like, how do you feel now? I feel like you're on a club, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're part of that short hair women club. Like that, that's a ballsy move. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, it was brave. I consider, I don't know. I was pretty scared. I was pretty scared. I told him it was, I'm gonna shout him out. If you want your haircut, I got my haircut from Otto Michael Thomas Design on Pine Ridge.
Man, if we don't get endorsements after this podcast, I swear to
drinking
God.
my live water.
For real, we got
hydrated.
Nike, we got all this. Come on.
But yeah, really, if I didn't like it, I was gonna just shave it. Just shave it. If I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
like it, yeah.
Oh, you're
Honestly, the date.
You're wild.
No.
Hey, if you would have done the whole
So
thing,
it-
oh
No,
my
no.
God! All right.
You never know. You never know.
You're right.
You never
Hey,
know. But
hey.
I decided on Friday. I was like, my hair before it used to be really wavy and like nice,
Mhm.
and then I like 2 years ago almost I chopped it off and it went blonde.
Okay.
But my hair is dark, so it kind of like it didn't look right. So once it grew out, it was damaged and it wasn't my like natural waves and everything. So I really wanted to regrow that out.
Yeah.
So that was the whole purpose behind it. Really, I wish I had a deeper meaning behind it.
But it's kind of just to start that
But it's just
regrowth
kind of
process.
the regrowth, yeah.
Okay.
And I've always really wanted short hair, and I admire every woman that had short hair.
Okay.
It is a very brave move, and
Yeah.
not everybody can pull it off. But I decided on Friday, and I was like, you know what? If it doesn't look good, it doesn't look good. The people that love me will still love me. The people that didn't love me for who I was and loved me for how I looked, then I'll see.
True.
You know?
That's deep. Now, if you would have done the shave, the whole head, the shave thing,
Listen,
boy.
if you love me, you would have still been with
What?
me, right? Right?
Hey, you would have found out real quick.
Real quick, yeah.
Real quick.
Real
I'll
quick.
tell you that right now. But hey, no, I think it looks good on you.
Thank
I think
you.
you're rocking it. But
Thank
you
you.
know, part of that too, especially when it comes to women, because I've had conversation with numerous women on this topic. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's how you wear it a lot,
Yeah.
and when it comes to style, when it comes to haircuts, when it comes to lipstick shades and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of it, yeah, there'd be times where it's like, all right, no, that's just not your color, but like a lot of it too, I feel like when you bring a certain amount of confidence to whatever you do, especially as women, like it's important with men, but like men, when you guys wear your confidence, that's like the best shade of color. You know what I'm saying? Like that really, when she just
I
comes
agree
through the door and
100%.
she's feeling herself, all the dudes be like, all right.
It doesn't matter what she's wearing. It doesn't matter what. Nothing. If she's coming in there like owning herself, owning what she has,
That's what I'm saying.
bro, that's it.
Everybody.
That's why whenever it says like, oh no, that doesn't fit you, that might not look good because you don't have the face for it, or like, boo. Bro, if you come in there with a bald spot and I have purple lipstick and I'm looking in there like I own shit,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, damn.
Exactly.
She might just own shit. But
That's what I'm saying. I mean, perfect example too. Amber Rose, when she was showcased with Kanye
Yeah.
for the first time, I forgot what award ceremony it was,
I can't
but
tell you.
she was bald. She was bald. She was looking good, but she was bald.
She still
You know,
looks super bad.
and exactly. And you on Kanye's arm, and he, everybody was synonymous with Kim K and them. So it's just like to see a bald headed, ex stripper. I think she was an ex stripper. Was she a stripper at one point?
I think so, maybe.
She
I
sure
don't know.
do move like one. But no, when she came up with the bald head, she owned it though. She
did.
knew
She still
exactly what
does.
she needed to do. Yeah, she still does. And she owns it, and it kind of ties back to the confidence thing, man. When you just feel it, when you know it, everybody's gonna feel that energy. And I guess it comes down to energy. Like you're just gonna attract that positivity regardless of what you do. It's just as much as you bring it out is what you're gonna get back. So, yeah, I definitely I'm feeling short hair. I think it.
I'm gonna keep it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't expect no Jackie with long hair for a little while. Once I cut it, my whole purpose was to regrow. But once I cut it, I was like,
Well, damn.
I might just keep this for a
Yeah.
little bit. So.
And I feel it. I feel it. And I'm a big person on hair journeys because I feel like it marks certain things that you may be going through. I change up my hair all the time, and every time I do, it's for a purpose, and I feel like I'm going through something when I do it.
Yeah.
So at least in this one, I hope this hair journey takes you up on good things.
Thank you.
Hopefully
It is.
positive outcomes come out.
Yeah,
So.
thank you.
But with that being said, that's going to move us to our segment that we touched up on the last episode. It's actually one of my favorite segments, and that's What in the World?
What?
Yeah, so let's get some of that.
What in the world?
What in the world is going on, guys? Man, welcome back to another World in the World segment. This is where we kind of cover any and every topic that could be happening in the United States, in London, in Paris, whatever. We're covering everything and anything. So this topic, today's topic is gonna be more or less a more serious one. So kind of brace yourself. And with our special guest star Jackie, she's gonna kind of give us a female insight with it. So it kind of starts out with a Texas teenager. I think her name is Brianna Rachel Harmon. Okay, she was accused of lying about being raped by 3 black men. But the twist on the story is she isn't facing any type of repercussions for it. She previously accused these people of raping her and dragging their name through the mud, and these accusers then were faced with the repercussions of that possible rape charge. But after they found out that it was a lie, then she's not facing any type of repercussions, and we're gonna kind of discuss whether, how do we feel about that? Is that right? Is that, because rape is a very sensitive topic, especially in 2018. It's just a part of our culture, unfortunately, and it's something that ladies have to go through and prepare themselves whenever they go out to a social event, unfortunately to a family event, anything. When they leave that household out of the comfort of their own home, they are faced with this type of topic. So let's go a little bit more in depth. One, let's talk about, Jackie. How do you feel, at least when it comes to this topic, about what just took place? Do you feel like she should be faced, judicially with some type of repercussion?
Absolutely. I think, us as women, we've been fighting for so long for equality that it goes both ways, good and bad. If, obviously that if that were the case for the man, he would have gotten repercussion. He would have gotten even worse trouble than the people that he accused of. I just feel like she deserves the punishment. There's no other question about it. Like, it's just how are you going to ruin 3 people's lives over why did she do it? Like, why? What was the whole purpose of it?
Most likely, it's probably gonna be more for extortion to get some type of benefit from it. She was probably blackmailing them at this point. But it's one of those things. This has been something that's been going on for quite some time.
Yes.
Now that we have social media and we have cameras everywhere, it's one of those things that's being more prominent and it's being more shown in our face. I came across this on Twitter, but it kind of shows. There's the iconic say of, okay, this white woman has claimed that this black man has raped her, and just to kind of drag him through the mud if she wanted something personally from him, whether it be love, whether it be an item or money, to kind of drag his name through the mud. And this is unfortunately something that African American males specifically go through, especially in the college scene. I remember the movie Get Out. Get Out actually touched on that. That's actually what the movie's based on, and the manipulation of things of that nature, where there's an end goal to certain motives. And something like that, where extortion was being played on 3 African American males. That's, unfortunately, that's just the type of living that we have to go through too as males. Because a lot of people, when they hear rape, they automatically think men did that to them.
Women
but
can never rape anybody.
Exactly, and part of that too is there's also the extortion side of things. In the sense that, okay, you may go out one night, you embarrass this girl because you don't want to sleep with her, or you're just not feeling her energy, and she throws, hey, well, I'm just gonna claim you raped me, and such and such and so and so, and it's like, what do you do as a male in that predicament? So I think that's always been interesting, because it's like, what are we doing then to stop these certain select individuals from using that as an extortion tool?
Yeah.
So
it's a very touchy subject, even in the Hollywood scene and everywhere. Rape is becoming a more talked about topic now, and I feel 2 ways about it. It's very there are some people, some girls that take advantage of that and use it as power and accuse men of raping them when I'm not blaming the victim at all, ever.
of course,
Right? But me personally, I wouldn't put myself in situations where I'm not gonna do an interview at 3 in the morning.
yeah, exactly.
And then once I get the fame and once I get the role or whatever it is, I think I said it was the Dave Chappelle show, and I was like, he's completely right. But I wouldn't put myself in situations where I know, like, it's kind of off, or I wouldn't put myself in an interview with somebody that I didn't know.
Like Bill Cosby or something like that.
Yeah, or like you put yourself in situations.
No,
Trying to be serious over here.
No, I got you.
But yeah, you put yourself in situations. I personally have never been in a situation of rape, thankfully, but I know people, family that has.
Yeah.
It could be in your own home. It could be with your own parents.
Yeah.
You know, there's not necessarily a way that you can necessarily avoid it.
Yeah.
But it is unfortunate that some people, some girls, whether they're actually suffering, they actually suffer for life from this case. But there's girls also like that. What was her name? Brianna?
Brianna, yeah.
Yeah, that take advantage of that and ruin people's lives over something that's a serious matter, and that takes away the importance when it's an actual matter like that we need to attend to, like an actual, I don't know.
It's such.
She
a
just
serious
takes away.
thing.
She just takes away the importance of the serious stuff that actually happens.
It's kind of like the girl who cried wolf. You know. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Like then when it actually may happen, you know, God forbid, then it's like people won't take you serious.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, and I was talking to my brother about this, and he kind of he brought up kind of like a spinoff on that topic in a sense that it's kind of like when black folk we're granted that the black card, you know. So if there's certain situations where we feel unjust, we pull out the black card. But he always used to mention it's like, well, when you pull out the black card so much, then when there's actual serious topics and you pull it out, it's like, oh, he's just, you know, complaining like he always does. And he also related that to like protesting. Since there's so much protesting going on,
none of it's taken serious.
Yeah, none of this being taken serious because then we feel like there's a protest every other week.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you're protesting Pringles? That the fact that they have 58 Pringles and not 59? Oh my God! Like, no, we gotta fight this. Like, it's like, come on, dude. Like,
I think we're becoming a very sensitive, very sensitive society. Very sensitive society. There's some shit that we could have played, listened to, or written or watched 20 years ago that would have not mattered. Mm-hmm. You know, or would have been like like being all over social media if we played it today. Yep. You know, and social media is a big place where everyone's putting their attention towards. And if a little thing blows up, like stupidest thing, like Chris Brown type shit, or whatever it is, Kim Kardashian, like that blows up to proportion, and everybody sees that. Yeah. That there's millions and billions of people seeing the same thing. Yeah. So when you make a topic like rape and you make it wild worldwide, because media is worldwide, so you know. It brings the attention too much to things that don't really make sense, like cases like that. Okay. Or, you know, when we could be putting attention to more different things. I don't know. I just think social media blows up things to way out of proportion.
Definitely. I mean, and everybody listening in, that's kind of food for thought. We're going to have a video being posted on my Instagram, djoseph13. You guys can go ahead and check that post and let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. How you feel, whether this girl should face, jail time, whether there should be more repercussions for females who are using this more as an extortion tool. Mm-hmm. You know, is it right? How do you feel more or less on this topic? It is a very touchy topic for sure, but we do need to address this type of things because, you know, it may not be us one day, but it could be, you know, if we don't address it now. But yeah, definitely let us know in the comments below. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get some lighthearted topics within here. Since, you know, Jackie, I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but, you know, I've had it in my brain, like, what was I going to ask you that was really going to throw you off? And I don't really want to throw you off so much on the question, but per se, I'm really expecting a good answer, okay?
Oh my God, the pressure.
The pressure. There's no pressure. There's a pressure on me with the question. Okay, so Jackie, you know, I'm assuming that
you're about to shoot your shot.
You've dabbled.
He's about to shoot your shot.
I'm not gonna shoot my shot today. That's for the behind the scenes. But Jackie, I can assume that you've dabbled in the dating world, right?
A little bit.
Okay, and here and there. Okay,
yeah,
all right. So you've seen some things. You've been through some things. And they cause some things, right? You know, cause and effect.
Sure.
Okay, so what's the weirdest thing you've gone through in a relationship without exposing anything, you know, to the people you've dated in the past? What was like the weirdest thing that you've gone through? Let especially your audience, your fans who love your artwork, who love your paintings, your poetry. This is like a moment that you could share with them. Did he lick your toes? Did he lick your toes? Did he,
that was delicious.
Give you a wet willy during?
No. I don't know. Oh my goodness.
Think about it. Think about it. What was the weirdest thing that you've gone through? I'm curious.
I mean, I haven't put myself into it. I don't know. Weird is.
I feel like you had something. You just don't know if it's podcast ready. Like, and it's podcast ready. Go ahead, drop it. Drop a bomb. I'm curious.
I don't know. It's just fetishes. Fetishes like that. Like I'm not big with toes.
Okay.
I'm not big with toes, and whatever. The people are gonna watch this and gonna be like, wow, whatever.
You
I'm
just lost all your foot fetish fans. I'm gonna let you know right now. They unsubscribed from all your work.
I'm not big with toes, at least, you know.
Okay.
And there was one time where I was, involved with somebody, and at the time they just started licking my toes. I just grabbed it and started licking my toes.
So at that moment, I know everybody who told me not to talk about feet on the next episode is gonna kill me.
Yeah, that's just so funny. That's the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. Like I wish I had other more like.
No. It's not over. Okay. So at that point, you were faced to make a decision. Do you keep going or do you cut it right there? What happened?
I did not. I cut it.
You cut it?
I cut it.
You said, hold up.
I was just like, I know. I just say, I know, I can't do this.
So he was just concerned about like the piggies. You know, the piggies. If one was going to the market, if one was going to bed, like so that wasn't enough to keep it going.
No,
like that was just too much.
Really wasn't,
it killed the vibe.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
It killed the vibe. Now, in hindsight, was that probably the reason why you couldn't continue that relationship?
No.
So you could have got over that foot fetish?
No, yeah.
You would have gave him a chance? You would have been like, you know what?
we would have compromised.
Would have compromised. So, like, he could suck the pinky toe, not the big toe. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Maybe.
We'll work something out.
Like.
But that wasn't the case.
Okay, so, all right.
But that probably would have been the weirdest thing, yeah. Besides, if we're thinking, like, kinky-wise or, like, anything, like, weird, like, out of the scene. Which is not really out of the scene because a lot of people have, I just touched the mic. But a lot of people have foot fetishes, so it's not, like, the weirdest thing now. Because people are eating ass now. If you can eat ass, you can eat fucking feet.
All right, then.
I mean, at least lick them.
Hey, you foot fetish bastards. You better be eating ass, too, all right? It's a package deal, all right? You can't
There's
just eat.
levels,
You
bro.
can't lick my feet and not eat my ass.
2018, like, foot fetish was so, like, back then.
No, I get that. I mean, if anything, that kind of gives new hope to your foot fetish fans who unsubscribe. They probably resubscribe, knowing that maybe they can just work from your pinky toe, and one day, eventually, they'll get to your big toe, and they could just,
maybe
get into the crevices and whatnot.
So
you guys heard it live. Jackie is a foot fetish freak, and
no,
she likes her toes
don't not hit me up
licked.
trying to see my
You
toes.
feel me? So lick them toes, boy. She is game for that. Now I'm just playing. But no, definitely thank you again, guys, for surviving another Monday with us. Be safe out there and tune in next time. We're going to bring a new guest, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. You just got to have to wait for the next Monday.
Bitches. Y'all thought you seen me last.